Welcome to my second weekly recap of 2024. Unfortunately, this past week has been a little boring reading wise because I have just been like killing myself with Acotar. Let's talk about 2 books I finished, 2 books I'm listening to, and 1 that I DNF'd, which I hate like leaving a book as I got halfway through it, but we'll talk about it. Let's get into it. Starting off strong is Acotar. So I am on the 3rd book, which is A Court of Wings and Ruin. And I'm struggling so hard. So the first book, also I want to say I very well could have filmed this inside, but I just prefer to film this in the car. So we're here. I'm not even going anywhere. I just got back from Walmart. So in the car. But I'm on A Court of Wings and Ruin. And I liked the first one. It was fine. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Like, I liked the story. I liked the characters. I just thought the hype was so much for these books, and it's not there. Everyone was like, oh my God, this is the greatest fantasy series ever. It's fine. Like, it's fine. And everyone's like, oh, this is so spicy. These are the least spicy books I have read in such a long time. And it's just so disappointing because they have so much potential. The first one was fine. I liked the second one better. I really did. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And now I'm on the 3rd one. And it's so hard for me to get into, so hard for me to finish. And a couple of my friends think I'm crazy, and a couple of my friends feel the exact same way. So I think it's very torn in the fantasy world here if we really love Acotar, if we really hate it. I don't hate it per se. It's just taking me a lot to finish it. I'm also listening to these books, which might be a mistake, but this one is like 27 hours. That's such a long time. I just feel like these stories are kind of redundant. Sorry. Like, it's the same thing over and over. Feyre and What's Their Nuts have a problem, and then they overcome it. And then they move on to the next book. Like, I don't know. It's fine. Maybe it'll get better, but I'm in no hurry to finish these books. But that being said, I did spend a lot of time this week listening to it. And I'm like, this has been such a waste of my time. Like, I should be listening to or reading something that I actually care more about. And I'm not even halfway through. I think I'm only like 30 or 35% done with this book. And I'm just like, this is going to take me years. I need to get the physical copy and like read it and listen to it. Like, read it when I'm home, listen to it when I'm in the car. And I'll finish it quicker. But anyway, that's A Court of Wings and Ruin. No, I'm not done. Not done with Acotar. I like the plots and I like the characters. I just think they could be so much better. I think the writing could be better. I think it's completely unnecessary for these to be so freaking long. And I just think they could have more spice. Everyone's like, oh, these are so spicy, and they're not spicy at all. Like how Sarah J. Maas tells stories. I just don't love her writing, I think, but to each their own. Now I'm done with Acotar. Second one that I am working my way through it's called Not Bad for a Girl, and it's by an author. Her name is Anastasia Ryan. I got this book from NetGalley, and it's the first audiobook I've gotten through NetGalley, so I was really excited to start it, and I also thought it would be a fun escape from Acotar. But I really like it so far. I only have a couple hours left, so hopefully I can finish it soon, and then I'll clip my review back into here. But I've also been talking to Anastasia on Instagram, and so hopefully I can get her on the phone or on a video call soon, and we can chat. She's super sweet, and so far I'm really liking this book. One is about women in the workplace. So our main character, her name is Indiana, and she is in the tech world. She does coding. She has been transferred to a different like unit department because she kind of like stood up for herself to her boss, her male boss. And he got mad at her. She didn't get the promotion she wanted, so he transferred her to a different department. While she's at this new department, she catches an error that her new boss makes, and he writes back, and he's like, thank you so much. Everyone gets the day off. You can thank Mr. Aaron, thinking that Indiana is a guy. And so this whole story is about her with this fake persona in her new job where everyone thinks that she's a guy, and she's learning like how much better men have it in the workplace, especially in the tech field. Anyway, her and her friends make up this fake persona for the manly Indiana. And it is so funny, but it is so cringe. And the whole time I'm just like, oh, I wish her coworkers knew that she was a girl. But she's like, her boss is taking advantage of her, but she's also like proving her self-worth. So I'm almost done. It's really good so far. Hopefully I finish it today or tomorrow and I can clip it back in here. Moving on to the books I've actually finished this week. The first one is Silent Vows, and it is by Jill Ramsower. And I really hope I'm saying her last name right. This book was all over TikTok. It was like, I felt like for a week, every other video was like recommending this book. It was fine. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It is about a girl who does not speak, and she is like sold into this arranged marriage. So her dad is part of the Italian mafia, and he basically sells her into the Irish mafia to marry one of their guys. And you get to see like her like kind of becoming her own person through these family secrets she knows, and how she's navigating this arranged marriage, but she's still trying to like protect her name and protect her little brother. I thought this book was supposed to be a very spicy book. I literally, like, nothing about this book was memorable to me. I didn't like the spicy scenes. I did like the plot. I didn't love her writing. So I really gave this book 3 out of 5 stars, mainly for the storytelling, because the like dark mafia, family secrets, and arranged marriages, and all of them trying to kill each other, like that was good. The plot was, it was good, and it was told well. So 3 out of 5 stars for the storytelling. That is Silent Vows by Jill Ramsower. Second book I finished this week was He's Not My Type by Meghan Quinn. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really cute. It is about a hockey team, and our female main character, she works for the hockey team. And our male main character, he obviously plays. He's like the hottest, best player on the team. So as soon as he realizes she works for them, like the first time they meet, he has the biggest crush on her. He is obsessed with her. And she has a boyfriend, of course. All of the guys on the team know that he has a crush on her, and as soon as word gets out that her and her boyfriend have broken up, the other guys on the team come up with this like elaborate plan to get her to fall in love with him, which includes them being roommates. So she's like, oh, I don't have anywhere to live. Me and my boyfriend broke up. And so the guys are like, you can live with our teammate. He has an extra room, and they have this whole plan as to how they're going to get her to like fall in love with him. It's hysterical. Like, my favorite part of this book was reading like the group chat between the guys, and there's a girl that gets in on it. Her best friend gets in on it at one point, and it's just hysterical. My husband played professional soccer, and it's exactly what I imagine the boys are actually like in real life. Like, this is how him and his friends talk. I'm sure of it. And it was so funny, like reading their banter. I thought that was the best part of the book. Anyway, so they're roommates. There's a one bed situation, duh. And then she ends up getting invited to this wedding, but she knows that her ex is going to be there. And so our main male character poses as her boyfriend, not really to make her ex jealous, but more of just kind of like to stick it to him. So after the wedding, things happen. There's a mutual attraction there, and this is a pretty spicy book, actually. Now, like, looking back, this is a spicy book. I really like the characters. I really like the plot. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars, and it is He's Not My Type by Meghan Quinn. Last one I'm going to talk about is the one that I did not finish, and it is The Divorcees by Rowan Baird. I also received this book on NetGalley, and I just had really high hopes for it. And maybe that's my problem, is that I just, like, get the highest hopes for books. But I think the way this book was described and the way it actually, like the actual book, are so different. It's described. So it says this book is about like a 1960s divorce ranch in Reno. I think Reno. This is where women go who are like going through divorce or have filed for divorce, and they need a new place to claim residence. So they have to live there for 6 weeks, and it is for like very well-off women. And this book was described as being like a fun time, women going out, discovering themselves, like it's a hoot. All these women are going out and partying and becoming friends. And that's not at all what this book was about. I mean, I guess it kind of was, but I really was expecting like female friendships, women supporting each other, women having fun, and like becoming like independent. And that's not at all what this book was about. Like, Maybe it was, but it just took me so long to get into this book. I made it almost exactly halfway through. I'm so sorry. I ran out of storage earlier and now I'm on my way to the gym, and I'm also in a different car, and this one is so loud. So I'm sorry if you can't hear me. Going back to the book, I got almost exactly halfway through this and I was just reading other reviews and everyone was like, not everyone, there was only a couple that were like, it doesn't get better. There is no climax. And that's what I really wanted out of this book, was like a big turning point where like the women are supporting each other, or like they're going out and something crazy happens to one of them. And that just didn't happen. There was no big moment for me, given I did only get halfway through. But reading the other reviews, I was like, this isn't for me. This isn't worth my time. I did get this through NetGalley, so I feel like I did leave a pretty honest review for it. I think it's a great book for other people if they're into like historical fiction, if they're into things like this. But for me, I just wanted more drama out of it because I thought that it was going to be a more drama-packed book. But it wasn't, and that's okay. You know, what time is it? Oh, I have to leave. Wanted to come back and say, The Divorcees. I don't think it is a bad book or bad writing. It was the first one I've read by Rowan, and I want to try another because I don't think that she's a bad author. I don't think she's a bad writer. I think she's good at storytelling. I think she's good at writing. It just wasn't the book for me. So that's it. So I hate this car because my like phone mount is in the other car. But anyway, this was a pretty boring weekly recap because I didn't read that many. Read 2, I'm working on 2, and I DNF'd 1. But thank you guys for watching as always, and happy reading. Bye!